title and stuff like that. All right. Okay. If you're watching this in the future, we are back in Tainted Grail. We got a bit more time in our game tonight. Where were we? Okay, that's it. I remember this. So first off, let's summon this. Also, is the game louder today? Holy cow. Hold on a second. Not sure what's going on here. Let's try that for now. Accept. Okay. So we had just gotten to this weird place in another world or something. I don't know where we are. The sky is red. And we were heading over this way, and we're trying to figure out what we're supposed to do here. Looking real spooky. Let's find out. Is the BG3 honor mode still going? Mm-hmm. I have not died in that. It's just we haven't finished it yet. Marrow gas. All right, boys, go. Get in there. I don't know what the other ones are doing. The others got stuck or something. Okay, what do we got here? Wine, fish, spirit, garlic, carnation. Yeah, in the Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode playthrough at this moment, we are currently at the Adamantine Forge. We are at the fight with the giant golem, and I'm trying to decide, do I do it in the cheesiest way possible in order to just get the win and move on? Or do I try to do it in like an honest way and try to fight like an impossible battle where I would probably lose the run? Flying bear from the top rope. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Or you just have, there's like a spot apparently where you have an archer up top and they just dink, 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 and they just shoot him like 200 times and kill him. Yeah. But he's immune or resistant to almost everything. And you're supposed to like pull him into lava to superheat him. And then once he's heated up, then you hit him with the giant hammer. But it's really hard to pull that off on the difficulty we're on. Anyway, that's where we're at. I don't think we fought undead that had this appearance before. I think that was new. 3 flying bears from the top rope. That is an option. I do like keeping my options open. It is very dark here. Where does this go? What the heck? Are you a merchant? What is this? Gato. That means cat.
Hey, look, it's the tree of birds. How are you?
I'm Bertrand.
This place. Truth be told, you don't seem to belong here at all. Perhaps you shouldn't be here, eh? But in the grand scheme of things, it's none of my concern. Do you need something?
Who are you?
Name's Gatto. Once upon a time, I used to be a rat catcher at the court of King Sagramore. Later, fate led me to catching rats here, outside the cold walls of Sagramore's castle.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for a customer. Are you interested?
Ah, we asked the right question, chat. He became a shop. Tied Tongue. Inflicts poison. Weapon relic. So I can just add poison to any weapon? That would be pretty crazy. Yo, I'm gonna buy that. 20% chance on hit to apply waste. Tails, yeah, skull. Leech Bite. Attacking during a dash deals 25 extra damage, but missing an attack drains a significant amount of stamina. Don't need any of that. Okay.
You know where to find me if you need anything.
Okay. Alright, Mug, the music of this game is largely not original soundtrack. Most combat music comes from an artist called Danheim. Been listening to their stuff the last couple days since the Weird Bearer fight. Really a good music, but my first thought when I found out it wasn't OST with CMCAs is this game bopping you with those. Some nights, 8 of them. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Like, when the videos go on Mukluk Plays, like, each video earns me a very small amount of revenue. But basically, so it's not a huge thing, but essentially the entire playlist for this game is getting rocked by them. Yeah, it's like half a dozen per video. And it's the kind of DMCA where they just like, hey, we're taking half the ad revenue. It's not the kind where I get in trouble and get a strike. Otherwise, I wouldn't be posting the videos at all. But yeah, it's pretty wild. It's like every single one of the awesome songs. But, you know, I did make the songs. I can't complain too much. Let me see. I'm trying to put a weapon relic in. Do I have to? I haven't done that. Do I have to do that at a like a blacksmith? I'm not sure if I can do that anywhere. I don't know if I could just do that anywhere. Plaque. Is this going to give us a skill point like the other one? Dagonet the Jester Knight. Known for his wit and humor, Dagonet served Arthur as both jester and knight, proving that even the fool can be a hero. His loyalty and bravery shall forever be praised. One-handed skill increase. Mike, why do you have a soapy dishwasher hand? It shoots these spike things. And they have a bit of homing. Watch this. I'm gonna aim above this guy. And see, they all curve down and hit him in the head. You guys are needed. Come on. Half ad revenue, a lot terrible, I guess. Could have gone full blown mouse. Well, the thing is, most of my income comes from, like, Twitch subs, Patreon, things like that. And I get some from ad revenue on Twitch and YouTube, but that's certainly like the smaller part. But yeah, if I was a larger channel, it would be, if I was a channel such a, you know, one that I got most of my income from ad revenue, I would probably have to put this game down and then, you know, just play something else because it's nuking it. But just because of the position I'm in, it's just kind of unfortunate, and then that's the end of it. Small mana potion, iron throwing knife, concoctions. Sentinel spear? What is that? Nothing crazy. Alright, just drop that. It's too heavy. Half revenue is a large amount. I must use, yeah. And again, though, for me, though, like, I'm trying to decide the words to use. I want to be careful here. Like, Mukluk Plays is like, it's a labor of love, right? It generates $100 to $200 a month, the whole channel. And the reason for that is it just doesn't have a massive audience, right? So having one series of videos losing like half the revenue is probably $1 in total. It's probably more of a hit to the live stream ad revenue on the main YouTube channel. Also, what the heck is this? Stagander?
Greetings to you, strange soul.
Is he talking to me?
You carry a light that doesn't belong to the Sagramor's realm. You're not from here, are you? I fear, then, that you won't be able to grant me absolution. At least not yet.
I'm looking for a druidic tablet. I heard it could be found in this fortress.
Scroll. Indeed. I recall seeing druidic sages arriving at the court long ago. I also witnessed powerful acts of magic. Surely the court custodian might know more. But you must forgive me. I cannot provide you with a more specific answer.
You're covered in mushrooms. What's your affliction?
That. It may be my only solace in this vale of tears. The fungus helps me keep my senses, attuning me to the rhythm of this forsaken kingdom, making me somehow understand. I feel the footsteps of the souls wandering about. I feel their ever unfulfilled needs and desires. The fungus conveys this to me quite clearly.
The fungus communicates with you?
Yes. And in a way, I accept the workings of this wretched place. I feel as though I am a part of it. It gives me some sense of belonging. And perhaps there is another future for this realm. Perhaps if we are all connected here, forming one single organism, it might lighten our burden? Who knows?
What have you done that requires absolution?
Only a pure soul can bear the sins of another. My soul was once like that. I thought it would be enough to... I don't know what I thought. I've been here for so long.
So you took on someone else's sins?
Not just anyone's. I took upon myself the sins of my queen. I had no choice. I swore an oath of loyalty. But if I had known the weight of the queen's misdeeds... Sometimes I wonder if this is my punishment. A punishment for consorting with someone so corrupt.
Is there any way to help you?
I don't know. I sought meaning in the All-Mother, pondered the truths of the Red Priests. I searched for a merciful God, but all was silent. Then I came here, for Sagramor, soon to be king, was about to ascend to the pantheon of demigods, and beside him stood the Queen, as radiant as dawn, gentle as the light of spring. I swore to serve them until the end of time, yet she desired a true kingdom, regardless of the means.
What happened next?
Next, there was the descent into the depths where we now find ourselves. This came to pass at the Queen's behest. How twisted and corrupted must one's soul be to desire something so dreadful, to rule alone over the world of shadows. I was stupid. May goodness and light guide you.
Aren't you getting timestamp for the audio? It's picking up on DMCA. I just had to remove a bunch this past week. It's pretty easy. Just obscure the audio and dispute it. The problem is it's happening on Mukluk YouTube for the live stream, and also on many times on every episode of Mukluk Plays. And that's way too much work for me or my wife to do. That's like obscuring and disputing 30 things a day, you know? Like each time I play this. So it's just more like, okay, it's not worth it to us. We'll let them have the few bucks, you know, whatever. Have you ever thought about streaming to Kick also? I've heard people report that Kick pays like 3x more than Twitch. So for the Kick thing, you have to get into their partner program. 2, I've honestly got like moral problems with them at the moment. Like they're basically funded by, you know, gambling money, right? And they've got a lot of issues that the management has not been dealing with, like people just straight up restreaming the Super Bowl. If they decide to crack down on that, that whole website's going down. I've never talked to a sponsor so far that wanted to work with someone who was on Kick. It feels like something I would be hiding from them. So I don't know, right now, it feels like they've got a lot of problems that I just morally have issues with, and it doesn't feel like they're trying to fix them. But if that ever changes, I might revisit the idea. Okay, so we're at that bridge that we saw the huge Titan walking underneath it. Or whatever it was. I call it a Titan. I'm not actually sure. I think it's a Titan. I feel like something's gonna attack me on this bridge. Hey, hello. Skeleton Archmage, what up? Healing. Alright, I took out the pet. How are you guys doing? I like how I am taking out the enemy's pet, and my pets are taking out the enemy. Skeleton Guardian. Yo, that's a big dude. Well, none on me, so I can do fully charged shots now. Magic 99. We lost an assassin, summoning a new one. Enemies getting kind of spongy. I am playing on, I think, 2 notches above normal difficulty. There was another one above this, but you basically had 1 save file, and I was like, ugh, I don't know about that. Skeleton Knight. Did I just take his spell? Oh no. See, look at this. I'm like, I just got the ability to summon this thing, and he's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Alright, hang on. Unsummon, 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 unsummon. Alright, let's see what we got here. Skeleton Knight. 47 mana, summon a Skeleton Knight to fight by your side. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, no, it's a little bit different. It's that thing. Alright, so now the question is, how good are these fellas? The assassins had healing potions and throwing knives, and then they could attack. So how strong are these dudes is going to be the big question. Surely it would be worth it though, mate. I know most people don't tend to read copyright law and licensing, but a lot of CID claims on YouTube are outright bogus, man. Anyway. Surely it would be worth, wait, what would be worth it? Oh, you're talking about for the DMCA thing. I thought you meant kick. I was like, what? Surely it would be worth it to take the gambling money. The DMCA thing. I mean, it would be a lot of work. Like, okay, here's the thing. It would be hours of work with all the videos, right? Just think of every video in the playlist. It'd be hours of work to clean all that up for basically working for 10 cents an hour. I don't think it is worth. If that channel were a lot larger, maybe, but it's not.
A new guest in our court. Welcome, stranger, to the humble halls of King Sagramor's castle. Are you here to seek an audience with the king and queen? Many are eager to see them, though most are the old regulars. I'm sure their highnesses will be pleased to see a new face. We haven't had many guests of late.
Who are you?
Oh, no need to trouble yourself with me, my lord. I am but a simple custodian, a lowly servant of our gracious majesties.
He appears to be holding his head.
Though, if I had performed my duties better, perhaps there wouldn't be so much constant dying.
You mentioned constant dying? What do you mean by that?
Oh, it's no big deal. We live here in perpetual suspension.
Look at the ceiling.
Time can't touch us, and it's all thanks to the Queen and her sisters, who decided that would be best for everyone. Well, as long as you don't sin against their majesties, then you might share my fate. Or that of Sir Stygander, who you may have encountered on your way to the castle.
What was Sir Stygander guilty of?
Loyalty, of course. Sir Stygander swore to our queen that he would remain faithfully by her side, and that he would take every sin of hers upon his shoulders. That was a very unfortunate pledge, as it later turned out. Now our brave and loyal Sir Stygander is atoning for sins that aren't his. But breaking his vows would be a sin in itself, requiring even more atonement. It's a no-win situation. But such is our fate.
Claire says, any update on the backpack, the Leggy backpack video? So Noxie worked on it, I think yesterday and today. I mean, I would imagine it would take at least Friday, maybe Monday to finish. I don't know if it's going to take more than that, but that one is very much a devil in the details kind of situation. What did you do to deserve punishment?
Well, I wanted to feel the softness of the royal bed. Yeah, no, don't look at me like that. It's not what you think. The Queen's honor is intact, at least where I'm concerned. But I happened to be in the chamber when King Sagramore appeared. He wasn't alone, and his companion wasn't the Queen. It was one of the Harpist sisters. But shush. The King didn't notice me, but the Queen caught on to my unease. She tried to force me to confess what I had seen. I think she suspected it involved one of the King's indiscretions. In the end, I was the one who paid for his sin. Oh well, it's the lot of servants to bear the burden of their lord's transgressions.
Will the King and Queen grant me an audience?
Oh, I'm sure they will. But you might have to wait a bit. The King's schedule is completely full for the foreseeable future. And, before you ask, no, there's no way to speed it up. King Sagramore is very particular about treating all his subjects equally. Unless you're aiming to become the court jester, there's not much I can do to help. Though, now that I think about it, perhaps if the Queen's sisters put in a good word for you, you might just get to the front of the line.
Where can I find the Queen's sisters?
I'm glad you asked, my lord. All you need to do is kill me, and the keys to the sisters' chambers will reveal themselves to you.
Kill you?
Yes, exactly. It's no big deal. I've died thousands of times. That's just how it is for me. Ever since Sagramore's kingdom was established, I've been the keeper of the keys to all the chambers in the castle. And with magic, when a spell says, guard at the cost of one's own life, well, it tends to take that phrase quite literally.
Oh.
If I died forever, I wouldn't be able to guard the keys anymore, right? So I come back to life every time someone needs a key from me. That's just how things work around here.
That's horrifying. Okay, what? So he has a hand holding... What? Okay, Mana Shield blocked that. What the heck? I was admiring this guy. So he has... There's his head. He has a hand grabbing onto his back, and then the other end of the hand is holding the candle, and he's got two arms on this side. Key to Claire's Tower. Key to Midwife's Chamber. Alright, our skeletons took a lot of damage from that short little fight with that ghost, but I don't know if it's because the ghost is tough or if these new skeletons suck. I'm still not sure if I should use them or go back to the assassins. Just got done with your AC Odyssey playthrough, now looking forward to DLC playthroughs. Hey, nice, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Badmay. Yeah, that is one of many things I just haven't gotten around to yet. At least they're, these guys are definitely aggressive. That's good. Let's see. Kick's popularity is a huge rise, so they'll either solve gray legal areas or get lawsuits into oblivion. I honestly hope they do. Like, I'm not like, Twitch is #1, YouTube #1. I hope Kick failed. No, I mean, more competition is good, but I'm not hoping it remains what it is right now. You know, there's people just streaming the entire Lord of the Rings series. There was people that were streaming the Super Bowl just 1-to-1. And it's like, yo, if they start getting lawsuits, like, it is going to be absolutely bonkers. It's going to be crazy. All right, so we've got stairs going down and stairs going up. Alright, that's... yeah, that's locked. Okay, so the stairwell breaks there. So the highest we can go is this hallway. Mux says the Guild Wars 2 cookbook is out. Will you do a special Guild Wars 2 cooking live stream under supervision? The rough part would be setting up my room. I just got a Steam achievement for maxing out a skill because magic hit 100. I guess 100's as high as it goes. I would have to set up a kitchen with cameras and stuff. I don't know. You know what? I'm open to the... that sounds awful, but I'm open to the idea for the content. But would have to see what Lady Luck thinks about that. What is this? Two-handed. Oath of Famine. Attacks apply massive poison buildup. Massive poison buildup, chat. There's Claire's Tower. No plaque. What is she holding? Is that a heart? Yeah, we've got our mitigation so good, I could almost let things hit me a bit just to build up, like, armor skills and stuff. You guys are late. Oh, butter. Yo, we can have another legendary giveaway. Yeah, the main thing I know about the cookbook is if you get it, you also get a code in the book, and you can put in the code in your game, and you get a greatsword skin that looks like a giant butter knife. That's the main thing I know about it. Okay. This is Claire's tower. Oh, I was expecting a loading screen. That is a giant freaking book. Reminded of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, where we had like the giant book from the, was it the Writ from the Emperor? Oh. What? It's a portal? Ugh. Okay, and we got an elevator here. Presumably goes up. Okay, just got a bunch of little cabinets and stuff here. Alright. Nothing crazy here. I guess we go up. I guess let's see what's at the top of the elevator. Now, will my summons snap to me? Is the next question. If not, I have to resummon them up here. Luckily, I have enough mana to do so. Because I don't know if there's going to be a fight in here or not. Okay, there's an individual. Are we fighting or are we talking? Whoa! Oh, look at her hands. Look at all four of them. Her wrist.
Boss. No, not Boss. Boss in the letters. The letters to Boss, to beloved.
I'm looking for a druidic tablet. Do you know anything about that?
I write only letters to Boss, to beloved. Yours, Claire. Sister has a tablet. Once she had it. Once, sister.
Where can I find your sister?
In Sagramor's arms. Once. Me in Boar's arms. Forever. Yours, Claire.
What letters?
These, all of them, I write.
How long have you been writing them?
Letters to beloved Boars, I write. My beloved. My dearest.
Okay. Huh. Wait, Claire's dream? Where did I just
Once
go?
upon a time, there lived a young maiden named Claire. She had two sisters, and together they resided in a resplendent castle within a land untouched by the cruelty of time. In this unchanging realm, there was neither the sorrow of endings nor the joy of beginnings. No sunrises, no sunsets, and no seasons to mark the days. Such was the design of the eldest sister, whose insatiable hunger for control bound the kingdom in eternal stillness. She hoarded love and devotion as a dragon hoards treasure. Yet for all her power, her heart remained empty. Cursed to feel nothing for eternity, Claire, the youngest and gentlest of the sisters, moved quietly through the cold, unchanging halls. Her beauty was, too, untouched by age or hardship. Yet unlike her sisters, Claire possessed a secret. A flicker of defiance against the curse that gripped their land. Her heart remained free, protected by a force beyond even her eldest sister's reach. True love. This love bound her to a noble young man named Bors, whose memory was her light in the kingdom's shadow. Though torn apart by dark magic, Claire refused to surrender to despair. She knew that giving up hope would mean losing herself entirely, succumbing to the same cold emptiness that claimed her sisters. So she endured, her heart steadfast in its belief that love could shatter even the darkest of spells, and that one day, somehow, she and Bors would reunite. It was the height of summer when young Bors first laid eyes on the maiden of his heart, working in the fields, his skin bronzed
Why
by
am
the
I
sun.
fighting Bors?
He paused as the sound of hooves drew near. A lone maiden approached, her hair shimmering like spun gold, her see, and her waist snugly drawn into a spring green corset. While the other peasants bowed their heads, Bors stared unabashedly. Sensing his gaze, the maiden turned sharply, startling her steed. The horse reared.
I think he's
and he
immune to
tumbled
physical
from the
damage.
saddle, straight into waiting arms. Their eyes met, and in that instant, Eden felt herself lost. A warmth bloomed upon her cheeks, but a deep forebodings her stomach, for she knew there would never be another man who could claim her heart so completely. From that day forward, she rode past the fields daily, offering Bors water and sharing quiet moments beneath the shade of a willow tree. Days stretched into nights, and the two surrendered to love. But one day, as the maiden passed the field, beloved Bors was nowhere to be found. She waited beneath the willow until darkness fell and reluctantly returned to the castle. The next day, and the one after that, she returned. But Bors never did. Summer turned to autumn, and the maiden ceased her rites. She withdrew into the shadowed stillness of her tower, her heart heavy with unending sorrow. Unbeknownst to her, Bors's bones lay bleached and brittle beneath the sun, hidden in the very field where their love had bloomed. For in Sagramor's kingdom, no crime was graver nor punishment swifter than love.
Okay, so I don't know how this is really cool, this story segment, but I am overdue to wrap things up. So before I go through here and she possibly starts another very long monologue, going to save our progress right here, and we'll pick it up from here tomorrow.